What up, fam? It's your boy, Pastor Lee B. And
Wolfgang Baldwin.
what's your first name?
Tance.
Okay. Welcome to Off the Cuff, fam. We are having an amazing day so far, and we about to start this show, and we want you to go ahead and share, subscribe,
share.
invite them folk in.
Yes.
TB.
Look, a lot of people come up to me saying, I watch your podcast, and I know some of them are just watching the clips. Cool, I get it. But if you really want to support, please share it. Send it to a friend. If you see something you like, just share it. Just getting the word out. You feel me?
Absolutely. Hey, man, this is Off the Cuff, where real talk meets real life. And today we got an amazing guest, and we're waiting not for her arrival, but for you to share, like, and subscribe because she's on the way. And we're going to have some good conversation today.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be our Cat Williams episode.
Oh, my. It took a lot for you to get this is going to be. But what you got going on this week, bud?
You know what? My kids at Meow Academy, we have our annual holiday recital.
Oh, man, that thing is always dope, too.
Off the chain. Yeah.
When is it?
December 21st, 4 p.m. at the Armory Center for Learning Performing Arts.
Armory Center, is that next to Crampton Bowl?
Next to Crampton Bowl.
Awesome.
Come out and support the kids. We're going to have a Valiant Boys Choir. We're going to have kids from Selma and all of our kids, piano, voice, drum students performing.
Is it okay? Can you write me in? I want to take up offering.
Yeah. Ooh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. They come
Pay
up
your
off of
tithe and offering. Oh, do it today.
Yes, sir. What you got coming?
Pretty much church on Sunday.
Man, Alabama boys been off the chain.
Oh, bruh. You know, I don't do the booking, so I often forget to push the Alabama boys, man. But God has been good to us.
How many different suits y'all got, bro?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. ENS suit, warehouse,
y'all
outlet,
LinkedIn.
whatever they want to call
them ain't quartets.
Man, we be friends, you know what I'm saying? We be friends. I be getting my Taylor, you know, Tang's operations
I like
come
it.
through.
Y'all let me in or something. Let me ring the train on the back.
Yeah,
Jared, Michael, y'all let me in.
I'll sell you a ticket. You can sit on the front row. You want to capture some
Sit on
content
the front
for
row?
me? Yeah, I'm gonna sit on the
You
front.
mean be your content person?
Yeah, you want to do that for me?
Oh, you just disrespect me. Y'all, we about to show started. We'll holler at you.
Hey, man, share, like, subscribe.
Please, hurry up. Oh. I think we online. Yeah, that intro. Hey, Off the Cuff. Oh, you got the grill show?
I wish I had a green.
We live, Denise?
Somebody promised me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, look,
live?
y'all. We are here at the Digital Media Studio. We were watching that intro. We were stuck. And as promised, we
That's
have...
your Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
That Wi-Fi a little behind.
Yeah, I feel you. But we have one of... Right, that's right. I got backup today.
Hey,
I got backup today. My big sister, Michelle Summers, is
that's
in the
my
building.
big sister.
Y'all clap it up, bro. She can't be your big sister. She's your auntie.
No.
Auntie, what make... So, hold on.
You
We got
older,
different dads.
you older than
We got
her.
different dads.
Huh?
You different dads.
I'm older than her?
Yeah, you about
Don't make me do that to her.
Nah, man. So this is gonna be an amazing episode. I'm excited. There's been a lot happening since we last appeared before you, and y'all in the audience, you know, you liking, you sharing, you subscribing. We're live right now, so if you want to talk to us, you can shout, say something. Come on.
Yeah,
talk
man.
to us. But definitely, man, y'all put y'all hands together for Big Sis.
Put
Michelle.
y'all hands together for Lee and Tam. I'm gonna say strawberry.
Look, Strawberry, yeah.
What she call him?
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Tam
Man.
was the funniest man alive.
My
Oh,
Lord.
man, growing up ASU, that's all we used to do is cut the fool, laugh, and
You was funny, huh?
Yeah, Strawberry.
What
was
kind
like-
of funny? Charlie Murphy or Eddie Murphy?
Charlie Murphy.
No, I was Eddie. No, I was definitely Eddie.
You was Eddie?
Tam. Not today.
Charlie went on.
Charlie was the
Charlie
guy.
Charlie could tell a
Charlie
story.
wrote half of Dave Chappelle.
Ooh,
Really?
Yes, sir. Don't play with it.
sibling rivalry.
Charlie, man.
Well, yeah. I prefer to be Eddie, like raw leather suits. You feel me?
Oh, lemonade.
Party
that
all
cool,
the time.
refreshing.
Don't do that. Shrek.
We don't want to hear it sing.
I feel Eddie party all the time.
I love him, but no.
Man, so how was y'all's Thanksgiving? How was it?
It was good.
It's gone. It's been a while, huh?
You know what? I didn't eat that much dressing and turkey this year, and
Why not?
I just I love my mama to death. Mama,
Careful.
she
Get him, mama.
does portions, like she count 9 people coming.
Yeah, she ration it out.
Yeah, she like you gonna get 1 plate to go,
Here's a scoop.
and that's it.
There's a scoop.
Yeah, it ain't no stop bys, tubs of food left over. She portions it perfectly.
I like it.
One
Now,
to
she's a
go,
good sport.
one to go plate. Bye.
Absolutely.
She don't.
raise up and leave. Y'all
Your
grown.
mama do not play.
Yeah.
It's just that's all it boils
Yeah,
down to.
yeah.
You're not gonna come over here with to-go plates up to the
Oh,
ceiling.
and
All
she
that-
gonna
all
let you
that
know
moving forward.
if you looking a little heavy beforehand. That's it. That's it. No more. Mama. That's it. Stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that generation.
Lord, she don't want to contribute to big backness, right?
Yeah, it's too late.
Nah,
She
well,
can't.
sorry,
She
not
can't
gonna spend
stop
all
it.
that money.
That
Because
what it is?
Thanksgiving was expensive this year.
Right.
She ain't finna spend all that money.
Yeah.
You know, like I know.
We coming up on Christmas. Like, how do y'all feel about freezing Thanksgiving and throwing it back out?
No, thank you.
No, it's special. When they pull that dressing out of that freezer and it done set.
It done set.
Yeah.
I don't want that for Christmas. At Christmas time, I like for somebody to pull the barbecue grill out. That's how we pull the grill out, fry fish, kicking it, because my family is Christmas Eve. Yeah,
My
what's
bad.
happening?
My bad.
I told you that boy got ADHD.
Hey, Doc, I'm trying to make sure that I shared the broadcast over here and all types of music start playing. Yeah, I just shared it because I don't like to tell people to do stuff and I don't do it as well.
That's right.
Shout
What up?
out to you. We see Charles
Charles
Dog, man,
Lee.
out here, man. What's up, man?
I see Sparkle.
Sparkle, Carmella.
That's what's up.
Hargrave.
Oh, I
Resident
love
Bear.
Sparkle. That's my girl.
All right, Rodney.
Dog, man.
Rodney
said,
says.
pull your mic
Rodney
in.
Wilkerson.
Rodney said your mic is not as hot as ours. She ain't in it, but Denise, if you take
Thank you, Rodney.
her should be the
Thank
first
you, Rodney
microphone
Wilkerson.
channel.
Turn that thing up.
Summers. I can hear.
Yeah.
Y'all got Summers on
Summers.
the
No,
Summers.
on the board, right?
On the board. Yes, yes.
Y'all got to get Samson on here.
Samson,
Oh,
the good man Samson. We got to get him on
Get
here.
Samson on here.
With the hair.
And speaking of Rodney Wilkerson, this dude is on fire right
Yes,
now.
he
Him
is.
and Sharika Nicole, they are Mr. and Mrs. Entertainment. Rodney, like a tambourine, song
I thought he had a
charting.
new song.
Man.
Yeah, it's you.
It's you.
Yeah, yeah.
We
See,
got to
and
blow that up.
And so
We have to
So
blow
tell
that
me
up.
this:
We
where's
have
the
to.
the billboard for soul music?
So shout out to Roscoe Miller. He is waving the flag every day for Southern soul music, not just here in Montgomery, but I mean throughout the Southeast. So and so when a radio station like that said a local artist is charting, it doesn't mean just here in Montgomery, all throughout the Chitlin circuit. And you and I can speak about Rodney Wilkerson because this Southern soul Rodney, we didn't know that Rodney.
Well, you know, I think that's what people mess up with Rodney, though. Rodney when I first met Rodney has been about that life. Rodney has always wanted this. I think the problem that we run into is I'm hoping that you all would tell the people how to push this.
Right.
We got to push Rodney because, man, Rodney, I was just in a meeting about Rodney, man. Can't nobody out seen Rodney for real when it comes to that element.
Yep.
And any element he's in, he gone. So I'm happy that connection has definitely taken him where he should be.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, we also got to talk about the big old elephant in the room.
Talk about it.
Is that people like to put you in boxes.
Right.
And so they don't want you to do certain things because of who they say you got to be. and we in a new day. And
Do you want me to talk about it?
Yeah,
Go
let's
for it.
talk about it.
Come
You
on,
want me to
Andrew.
talk about it?
But
Can
let's
everybody
preface it.
hear me?
Yeah, so what we're talking about for people who may not know,
Yeah.
Rodney is
Well,
a
some of
minister.
that he gonna have to come on. And
Yeah,
talk
he's
about.
going to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it in general.
But we
People
gotta
who
talk
are
about
in
boxing,
the ministry. Lee is in the ministry. Michelle, you're in the ministry. I ain't saying you're a preacher or a pastor, but you're in the ministry. But you do have some secular gifts.
And you're in the ministry. And I think but
All of
see,
us are in
me?
ministry.
That's
I'm in-
the color my hair.
Look at
Like,
Me?
yeah,
Okay.
you are.
Okay.
Because that right there,
Yeah.
that's a gift. You have a talent
That's right.
for different genres, but that gift can only be given by God. And I just think that, Rodney and I are very good friends, and I love it because we've had so many high points and we've had low points. So there's such a dynamic to our relationship, and we've had this discussion. And I'm always the first one. Like, first of all, I want the church people to shut up because public sin, private
What is this?
sin
That right there?
is all sin. But Rodney is not sinning. He is not sinning. He is in a position as pastor. If the ministry not going forth when he leaves that pulpit, then it doesn't matter anyway. And so they need to take their mouths off of women of God who are finding their way in their own lives, because don't nobody really know what exists beyond the sky.
Yeah.
Because if they did, a lot of folk would be living right.
Ooh.
And what
Lord.
is living right?
My Lord.
Because there's going to be a lot of babies made behind Rodney. And that's what the Bible says. Be fruitful and multiply.
Rodney
So I ain't mad.
this show is entitled Rodney Wilkerson. And all that boy say, well, hey.
Look,
And
Doc,
they need to
I almost
support
feel like I got
her.
left behind. You put Duck Duck Goose and Mother Goose together and Old Maiden, and you made it make so much sense. I want to say this though. I just believe wholeheartedly it's sad that we put people in boxes when we ain't paying their bills. And that's one of the things that really gets on my nerves. Cause we ain't paying their bill, but we want to have something to say.
But you don't have no judge, no jury, and no witnesses either.
Not now, right?
And you don't know. And I have learned, let me tell you something, being at where I work and being around the type of children that I teach and I've taught for the last 10 years, all of that judgment has gone out the window
It's
for
gone.
me, because you do not know the layers and the issues of people's lives. And I'm going to always refer, I love theater. The best line in theater was written by Lorraine Hansberry when she says, when you start to measure somebody, measure them right. And if you don't have the tools or the equipment to measure them, just shut up. If you really care about people and you really want the best for them, take your mouth on them, give them to God, leave them there, and go on about your business.
All right, so we got to do this. I need your best candy man. You got to hold that thing. Go for it, TB.
What you mean? What that mean?
I need a candy man, candy man. Don't give me one of them, Doc.
No. I didn't. But you know what? A lot of people don't know that Rodney is the voice behind the Dirty Boys
Talk about it.
Candyman
Back
song.
in the day.
And that song is like,
Before, let me hush.
Doc. No lie. I was a late bloomer because I was a church baby.
yeah, you was in elementary school.
But I was a church baby too, though. So it took a while for me to get the rhythm and blues. And my first rap CD was trap music, T.I.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was late. And it was scratched up by the time I listened to that, right? Yeah, it was late.
whatever
And then
you
my
like.
cousin put me on Splackavelli, and then I heard Candyman.
Wow.
And I was a little kid, like, man, this
Yeah.
dude can sing.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next time I met him, he ASU. It was back when everybody came to the Greek Showdown, and we would wear NBA and NFL jerseys, and he was singing "Cook Bologna Sandwich."
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And I
sir.
said, "What in the world is this?"
Look,
And I mind
This ain't-
talking about him because we talk about other celebrities on and on. We gonna Rodney our celebrity.
right.
Absolutely.
Look, I remember in college, Rodney was never ashamed to sing his own songs. Like, if he had a show, it wasn't enough for him to be in the rows, and he got a 15-minute segment, and he sang in 2 or 3 of his songs. Wild Style Rodeo, Cook Bologna Sandwich.
Okay.
He was going to always, and he doesn't stop until he gets a reaction from the audience.
That one where he talk about take your napkins out.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Man,
yeah. That thing,
that
that
down home, absolutely. Like I'm sorry. He's just somebody dear to my heart, and I would hope that Montgomery, with all y'all was just talking about the Alabama boys. You talking about Meow. You know, I would just hope that as a city, we should put our folk on.
Yeah.
Because we got some banging talent in Montgomery.
Do
Better
that?
about that.
Do we put our folk on?
We aren't.
Montgomery, do we ride with our own?
Barely.
Huh?
Look,
Let's
barely.
look in the comments.
Look,
Do we
barely.
ride? Matter of fact, come on. Let's shout out our own. If somebody's doing it big in Montgomery, put their name in the chat. Shout out what they doing.
Doc.
Come on, put it in there now. Where you at? It's
Because in
interesting.
most cases, Doc, once you reach a certain level of success in the minds of people, they literally stop pushing you. There's
That's right.
I've had some people tell
That's
me, man,
enough for you.
bruh.
You're done.
Once I saw you had 100 likes on your post, I stopped liking.
Right.
I'm like, bro, what is wrong with you?
You good.
When I told y'all that I literally waited on my first check from Facebook, I had to get almost 1 million views to get the amount that I'm gonna get, and I have got numbers on Facebook now. On TikTok, I get numbers, and I tell people all the time, and you were hollering it out.
Yeah.
If you can like. The next step is to comment.
Yeah.
But it is that share. And most of the
That's right.
times when we used to go through my analytics, you would be surprised who's watching you and who's supporting you. So I would never say Montgomery does not support. Maybe Montgomery doesn't know how to support.
Wow.
Maybe they don't know how
Look,
to do it. And they're afraid too. There's this notion, like if Rodney makes it and he blows up, is he gonna forget about us? That is a mentality. I have talked to people, and we gotta address that elephant.
I'm
in
with
the
you,
room.
sis. I think you give a little grace, though. Because I think they know how. I think they choose to anonymously support. So they wait till you go off live.
Okay.
Because they don't want nobody
okay.
to see their name.
Oh, well, you know, I know that.
They don't want to give you no props. So I'll watch it later on. So you'll have 3,000 views,
Right.
but 20 likes.
Right.
They do it. It's sad.
And
So-
I've been told that. So
We
you're
got
right.
someone else. Look, when I asked for people to drop it in there, we got a comment from Charles Lee.
Dog man.
The dog man.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I miss them dogs, though.
Oh, yeah?
Man, bro, I remember he used to be over there by Alabama Power, dog. Back in the day, years and years ago.
Look, Charles is doing this thing, showing a lot of young people how to get employed, stay employed.
Get to
I
work,
even
dog.
see now, man, those kids out there performing, singing. He's doing it here all the way to Atlanta, Georgia.
And he was just overseas too.
He was overseas.
He sure was. Like,
Was he
overseas.
teaching them how to work over there?
Charles, it don't even matter with Charles. If it's about young people and getting it in, he was probably over there teaching them how to work.
I love now Charles. You know, he always has a golf tournament as well. TB. So
he,
we got to
he
do
used
that.
to invite
next
me.
year. He invited me this year, man. I got a little busy coming back from Africa. I ain't had no time.
Right.
But we got to make that happen. Matter of fact, he should let us host that thing.
would be nice.
Ooh, Charles Lee.
That would be
Let
nice.
us host. Let us do a podcast from the golf tournament.
That would be
dog.
nice.
Oh, dog.
Yeah.
I love it. But shout out to Charles Lee.
Man.
Shout out to Charles Lee. But Rodney Wilkerson, Sugar Ray's on the 20th.
I see that.
Yeah,
Hey,
pull up.
Rodney, tell us your the songs we need to check out on Apple Music too, because
It's you. Just type in Rodney Wilkerson. He got a whole bunch of them.
it's his whole name.
Yep.
Okay, Rodney.
I want to change the direction because everybody's talking about the Diddy documentary.
No Diddy.
Yeah,
No
so
doubt.
executive produced by 50 Cent.
50.
Did you watch it?
Petty Cent. I ain't watched it yet.
You didn't watch it?
Nah.
For what?
I was stuck. I couldn't stop.
Why?
So to get this is going
I'm not
to, this
drawn
is a
to that
part
type
of
of content,
this is a part of American history. And prior to watching it, I ain't gonna lie, I sympathize with Diddy because I feel like he
I'm
is.
liking that. Go ahead. I want to hear what you
I
got to
sympathize
say.
with him
Come
because
on, Marlon Wayans.
I feel like chill out.
Look up Marlon. Say cheese.
Our society builds you up. They make you this superhuman, and then when it's for them to tear you down,
Boy, don't they do it.
they drop you all the way down, and you got to take the rap for everything.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people that's filing lawsuits like, you were having a good time with me. but when they make you the guy, when they hit you with the RICO, it's all you. And that's how I was feeling. But this documentary allowed you to see some of those subjects within what was happening. And I ain't gonna lie, I left that documentary thinking like, dude killed Tupac. Dude killed Biggie. Or whether he did it or not, like he was that level of evil that death could come upon a lot of people.
Got you.
But I realize that's only a perspective. Someone else can do another documentary and make him look innocent. You know,
Absolutely.
so I do know that as a viewer, I'm being manipulated. But this is a part of American history, and that's why I chose to watch the documentary.
No, I don't think anything's wrong with it. I just have so positivity. He said American history.
Yes,
that
sir.
just blew me right there. But I turn up positivity
Black
so
man
loud.
in American history.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
You said black man?
Black man
Uh-huh.
in American history,
I'll take that.
and look at his net worth and his life. I am going to always, even with the R. Kelly situation, I have a child. I am just not of the belief that you can come to me, Cassie, and say to me that I should in any way, I don't, and I know they gonna beat me up because I didn't go live about any of this stuff. Go sit down. Go sit down. Because my thing is, as the judge, all I would have said to her is, I'm going to take your testimony, but the money he paid you, you have to give it back.
Right.
See, when those dollars, $30 million, $10 million start getting attached to that, you don't know those people that are testifying.
Right.
This thing is dangerous. AI is showing us it's dangerous. And so when people say, well, how do you feel about the Diddy situation? I don't even know if Diddy is a real person. I've never seen him in concert. I don't know if he exists. I do not get into should he be made to know.
Wow.
No, because they say, well, we're R. Kelly and those were young girls. Let me tell you something. It would have made the news, and you know who my daughter's father is. Right. When we would have been outside of R. Kelly's condo with a bullhorn saying one or two things gonna go down. Either y'all gonna let me up this elevator or her daddy gonna start scaling the building.
Right.
So all of this stuff, all of this money that's now changing hands. And 50, Lord knows, you have a 50 Cent mentality. Mm-hmm. You know how to make money. You are creative. Mm-hmm. You know what to do. You know what to push out. You know how to make it happen. And in a sense, 50 sitting back like, no, I don't trust that. That's a big money-making scheme. That thing is making so much money for Netflix, so much money on Netflix. Did he kill Tupac? No, but I know Tupac lived by the sword. And he always thought he wasn't scared to die. He knew he was going to die. Biggie, you got people talking about Biggie was this, people who knew Biggie at that time. Like now, what do I do think? Yeah, I think he went in there, he changed that paperwork. He didn't want to pay for that funeral. He was trying to find a way for Def Jam to pay it.
That's cold-blooded though.
Yeah, but that's brilliance. And
that's
you
business.
will not
that's business.
You will not survive in this industry. And I have learned this the hard way, Terrence. If you don't have a business mindset, guess who does not have a business mindset? Guess who's learning one? And so when you get to that level of money, and you get to that level of status, even, I ain't trying to be funny, talk about the church where you were versus where you now. It's a different mentality. Mm-hmm. And you have to have, that's why I know you have a business mindset. When you start dealing with the masses, the bigger it grows, the bigger your mind got to get. Yeah. So
there's some truth to that. And the business world is cutthroat.
You don't even know if 50 done told him, hey man, let's put this out and I'll make sure when you get out, you get half the cut. You don't know.
You really don't
know what wheeling and dealing taking place.
Yeah, it's a lot of games that go on in them spaces.
Michelle, I'm gonna make a documentary about you. It's set to make $100 million. You let me make this documentary, you already lock up. When you get out, I'm gonna give you $40 million.
Damn. Right.
Boom. Because now I ain't got nothing. Because y'all done fleeced me.
Because at first I was wondering, how did 50 get this footage of Diddy in the hotel prior to the court dates and everything?
Oh, he was recording it.
Yeah.
So Diddy had people recording him.
Yes.
And he supposedly did not pay them.
Yes. So that's how he supposedly got the footage.
Yeah. So I don't know either. So my opinion is just simply to warn us to be careful when we get to certain levels of success.
You got to pay people at the very least. You got to pay people. Sound like Diddy didn't pay.
We just got to be careful, bro. I think the big thing, the higher you go, you need to learn to be more careful of how you operate and the motives behind what you do.
And so tell me what y'all think about this. This has a lot to do with Diddy, but a lot of our black billionaires seem to go down hard. They go crashing hard.
And it's been consistent lately too. Like Bill Cosby.
It's been locally, but I'm gonna leave that.
That's true.
Okay, I would love to know who you're talking about.
And sometimes it's us who do it.
Well, I'm gonna say this. if you are high up and you say, you know, Michelle, you got your MPA, you this and that, and I'm finna have this and that, and I'm finna do this, and you say, okay, and I'm trusting you. If I don't bring all of my knowledge with me, don't be mad at the folk that did you in. Be mad at the joker that was sitting next to you that should have made them sign NDAs before they stepped into your office. Don't be mad at the folk that took advantage of a situation where you was caught slipping because your homeboy who said had back didn't. That's who you be pissed off with. And then watch after that who had the meteoric rise after you got played. I'm done.
So, yeah, I can see
I'm
that.
done. I'm big on that because I have no siblings.
Yeah.
And you know how I do. You my little brother. You been Strawberry brother a while.
That ain't little brother. What brother is that one?
Little brother.
Strawberry.
He's Strawberry. He's a Strawberry.
Lateral brother. I'm listening.
Wow.
So you know, and we can put this out here. I love everything about New Home. I love your church. But remember the conversation we had, the reason I don't come. Because you have a job to do and you have souls to save and you have a congregation. But at any given moment, you know you can call me. And I'm going to say, hey, this is what I think. This is my opinion. Sometimes I don't even hear from you. And I'm sure you're going through stuff. But one thing I know is you have circle that supports you, they have your back. That takes time. That's why I'm talking about Rodney, that takes oneness and wholeness with God.
Absolutely.
To give you the discernment of don't trust this person or trust that person. And we all got to get back to that.
Yeah.
Because in the days and times we living in, man, you can't folks sit up in your face and tell you a whole heap of lies just to get what they need out of you. It's a dangerous time. So you bringing that up about Diddy, even like Shannon Sharp, man, that was so, and I'm pissed with him.
Shannon Sharp?
Oh, I'm so pissed off.
What did
Why,
Shannon do to you?
I already know. I'm gonna let you say it, but why you pissed
Shannon,
with Shannon?
what did you do?
Shit, can I say it?
Please say
In
it.
the words of Ozzie Davis and Jungle Fever, you still got a fish in a white man's pond like that. And this is the thing. No, let me say this.
What was her name again?
Hold on.
I forgot her
Let
name.
me say this. I look at my face. My cousins. I come from interracial marriage. My grandfather. I have it all through my family. That's not what I'm talking about. That stuff is sincere. That is love. I'm talking about you worth $20 million, and all of a sudden, because these beautiful black women. And black women don't lie. If Shannon was sitting up here emptying the trash, a certain caliber woman would not want to even look his way.
Why? Why not?
Because there are some women that are very shallow. Now, I'm not one of those.
Right.
And you know that. But there is a caliber of woman that would look at Shannon and be like, what is happening?
Shay Shay look like Bullwinkle. Like,
And he sound like him.
Can we get a picture of Bullwinkle?
What?
No, don't do that. I'm
And
just
that
kidding.
little and she wasn't ugly. You
Skip.
know, but she made him feel something about himself that was probably traumatizing when he was little. And then she was a little young white girl. Oh man, this is wonderful. Have you seen what this chick has come up on?
I haven't.
I'm not talking about
The OnlyFans page?
No, baby, the house she has built, the things that she has bought. Yeah, they being real quiet about that. So when I speak to, and I'm not being racist, I'm not ostracize the white viewers at all. But what I'm talking about is wealthy black men of stature who have self-esteem issues, which you don't. You don't. But there is a demographic of men that have low self-esteem, and the first little thing with blonde hair that's pretty, that has been considered a forbidden fruit in our community, comes up on them. They will risk everything. OnlyFans, I could pop him. Where is his big sister?
All right, so let me say this.
The house is big, though?
I love... Hush, boy. Look.
Oh, in a beautiful gated community.
Look.
And then she flossing the things that she's purchased. Oh,
I like to play devil's advocate.
please do.
So, and not
it.
saying that it's right behavior, but once you receive a certain level of success and money, the people in the room change.
True. But
So why is
keep going,
that?
keep going.
Why is that?
It's probably by design, you know.
But when do we make a decision that why are we continuing to use a playbook? I'm playing for Alabama. I ain't finna use Auburn's playbook. Yeah. I'm playing for Alabama. If I get to a place and I want y'all, it's on here today. The Lord, when he does what he says he's gonna do, and they say, okay, we want you to add some comedy into your mix. And I sit at the table, I say, oh, I'm going to go with Cat Williams. Rodney should slap the taste out of my mouth.
As much comedy y'all made together.
I'm with you.
So, yeah, but cause we see that money.
Right.
We see that money. And I tell people all the time, I thank God for Tania Stewart that told me to get my bald head self over to the Department of Education. I have 25 years. Nothing will ever, I pray nothing ever grips me like that. Or if they say, hey, Michelle, we want you to do a show, but we need some balance. We need you to bring some people on. Y'all are the first.
Yeah. Now,
why I'm not going to say look for the cut up?
Yeah, cause that's what.
Go ahead, because I see your mind go. I want to hear.
That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes, so we talk.
Jay-Z did it.
We talk out of
LeBron James.
Kevin Hart.
We talk out of both sides of the neck.
Plastic
Sometimes.
Okay.
Go for it.
Because in some areas, people say once you elevate, like you can't take everybody with you, and so you have some people that bring certain people around and they get into trouble. Those people, people that I bring with me, they smoke weed, they get caught with weed. The news lines say Terrence got caught with the weed.
I think you're talking generally about something that's a little more specific, though. So when you start talking about you can't take everyone with you, you're talking about people who aren't aligned with your purpose anyway. They're not producing anything.
Let them come
She's
out.
talking about the
Let
folk
them
that's
come
producing.
out. Let
Like,
them come out.
if you're producing and we're making and creating something together,
got you.
don't let somebody come separate you from the pack, right?
I like
and
that.
tell you, oh, Marion, you're a solo artist. When low key, you was better with B2K.
That was the conversation. Okay.
Maybe
Okay, let me.
it worked for Beyonce, and he's probably sold enough.
Well,
records
Beyonce is a different. That's a
maybe,
different
but
conversation.
what I'm telling you, sometimes the elevation ain't for everybody around you. Sometimes, or a lot of times.
Or is it that?
I can point to just as many examples where the elevation worked for the person.
For certain. But she was talking about people.
But there's certain people in your circle that I feel like I'm in a certain circle with you, but I ain't sold out.
True. I have friends
Me
that
either,
have.
because
I
he
have
ain't never
friends
asked me
that
to
have.
sing a sold out.
I have friends that
He never asked me. Why didn't he ask me to sing a
Man,
sold
come
out?
on, bro. I had you on a whole. You had a whole concert.
I
from the
did,
platform.
but I wasn't in
Man,
sold out. though.
hold on.
When the live.
When I say now, that's what I mean by businessman. So I'm gonna sit. I wish I could scoot back. When that pandemic hit, I'm not just saying this.
He shouldn't have stopped
You're
it, though.
brilliant.
He shouldn't have
You
stopped
quickly before all of that. What was that called when they the battle and all the verses?
Yeah,
and all
before
that?
verses.
You had me,
Yep.
Elizabeth. At the time, Kiki. We all sitting in the house. We were looking forward to what you were doing. But so back, you can't take everybody with you. You can. You just let them know where they need to be.
They play their part.
Yeah,
they
you
their
play your part. I can come and do a poem with Sold Out, but you will never.
Well, hold on now. I won't let you do this about your singing. One of the baddest altos.
Oh, for real?
Soprano.
See,
Soprano.
you a soprano?
Oh, my bad. I meant soprano.
See, I ain't
It's all, look, it had to
heard
be
that.
Reggie and Siobhan. Got to make sure I get that note.
Ken Cook.
Yeah.
Ken Cook, the late Ken Cook.
Rest in peace, bro.
I looked up to that guy, but he had a group, More Than Conquerors. I was still in high school singing tenor with More Than Conquerors.
What year was this?
Yep.
96.
Ken, he ended up being a top AR at Sony.
Yeah, and gospel music.
Mary,
man, he was big
Mary. Who else? Somebody might know in the chat. All
Ty
the
Tribbett.
artists, Ty Tribbett, all those artists. That's Ken.
The late great Ken Cook.
Oh, and the phenomenal Kim Burrell. Ask those people about Ken Cook. He's the reason that they got into those places.
And he was in Montgomery?
Oh,
I
yeah.
was in More Than
Alabama
Conquerors.
Was he the one that brought her here?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I was a kid.
Yeah,
I was in
that
the balcony.
Ken. Young man died of colon cancer, stomach cancer. Yeah, that was my buddy.
From Sylacauga, Alabama.
I didn't know you was a soprano, though.
Well, I mean, Summers was something special.
My parents was in the Thompson Mill Singers. My daddy would say, "Negro, I'm in wax."
Michelle,
Negro, I'm in wax.
I want to
like
pivot. Let's talk Tania Stewart.
Oh yeah.
Like, she is really a goat.
She is a Zeta. first off.
Yes,
Yeah,
she is.
Zeta Phi Beta. What they
Yeah,
got?
she is.
Oh, I forgot you're a Sigma.
What
That's
they
what's up.
gotta do?
Ooh, baby,
But look,
boy,
let me tell you something.
It's gonna get ugly. I'm
What
gonna
the
One thing that I think is beautiful, if you've come through this city in the past 30 years and you got any talent in the arts, she has touched you in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Absolutely.
Tonia Stewart, I remember when the camps that are still going on now, I think I'm part of the
You were.
class of TAPS.
No, you were in 4-H.
Yeah, I was in 4-H.
And people don't know about 4-H.
Yep.
What is
Yep.
4-H?
So when
3T.
I met Terrence, this is how I met Terrence James Baldwin Sr. He was a little boy. I will never forget this. He had on his little green 4-H shirt, and I was so thrown back that this child was on stage singing like that and performing.
Wow.
Those summer camps, Alabama State now has them since Dr. Stewart retired, but the true name of them, TAPS and 3T. Terrence is a part of that original group, and it's crazy because even though we're not that far apart in age, but when we came to Alabama State, if you were in theater and you wanted to move up in theater, you had to work her summer camps. And when I say she is to be with her now, we're actually working on some stuff. Myself, Rodney's a part of it, Dion, and about leaving her legacy, about the theater of being. But I have never in my life, and I think I used to fall out with her more than anybody. And of course, that shouldn't be shocking to anyone because I always have had a lot of mouth and opinions.
Right.
But she was the one that could tame me. And when I say there is none greater, character development, being really honest with you about, like, this is your talent, this might be where you want to go, but the way she instilled us is that industry.
Yes.
And she used to talk so open, and she still does, about that industry, about what money really looks like in that industry. All the people from Esther Roll and Marla Gibbs, Phyllis Hyman, Nick Latour, Samuel Jackson, the people that
Curtis King,
who is still in Dallas, Texas, with the Junior Black Academy of Arts and Letters. So I think when people talk about why hasn't someone blown up, every role they've given Loretta Devine, Dr. Stewart could have had it, but the problem is she chose not to go full throttle into it and to teach.
I like it.
Wow.
Yeah, she wanted to get back.
Oh my God, did she?
and her imprint just on this society, like this culture here in Montgomery, is just amazing. Even Alabama State, as I go to other college campuses, that don't have schools of arts, like just the level of arts we experience in the city is strongly because of her time here in Montgomery.
And did not have that whole theater space.
Right.
Because I know I probably been up in there wide open.
Oh, she would have loved you.
I'd
Oh,
been
you
wide
could, and
open.
he could sing.
Oh, yeah.
And you're not afraid of the stage. But understand this, people look at me, when you are a black woman and can read when I go to anything I do, they always ask me, you did Tartuffe? Yes. You played Medea? And I'm like, yes, and Tyler Perry. Euripides. You know, when they look at the scale of work as a student that I got to do in the, tell him about Diary of a Black Man. I'll wait.
Diary of a
But
Black Man.
like that's what I'm saying. She did plays there that helped shape your
She
mind.
making those? She was writing these?
No. These were already written.
Okay.
But by the time you were in rehearsals for 3 months doing the Diary of a Black Man, you got a totally different understanding what it meant to be a man and become a man. I played the piano for colored girls who committed suicide. Like every woman that was in that play, like they crazy to this day. I mean, not crazy.
But yeah, you're right, yeah.
Look, because that play
that's
was
the
so
reality.
deep.
It was so deep. And for us to be so young, some of us talk about things like myself that I hadn't experienced at that time. So I can go back right now and do a monologue and it's not going to be the same because at that time I was a child, but being a woman now, some of those characters start running through my head. I be wanting to take a ride.
Right.
I'm going to take a ride.
Hey, man, while y'all are there, can you like, share, and subscribe to Digital Media Collective page?
Yes,
I want you
please
to
do.
like it.
Share it. Send
I
this
want
to
you share it.
someone.
Send it to
We got a
somebody.
few more. We about to get into some more topics.
Yeah.
And I want to make speaking of Dr. Stewart and ASU, y'all see our band director is retiring. James
praise
Oliver.
Praise the Lord.
I feel you. As an A&M alum, I'm sure you are glad.
No,
that
I'm
he
gonna tell you
retired.
why. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
So I look at everything from a lens of a young leader waiting on their opportunity to be in a position. And so congratulations to him on retirement. He did an amazing job. Likewise, someone has the opportunity to step up.
I like that, Lee.
And that's something that's near and dear to me because I've been the young guy for a long time. And no, man, it's real. Dog. Folk ain't retiring nowadays. You know, do you know it's over 50,000 80-year-olds still working right now? They can't afford to retire.
And since Terrence is turning his head, I read something last night about the different generations. They say that the baby boomers and my generation are the gatekeepers. We are holding on. We won't retire.
Talk
we won't
about it.
move out the way. We won't give someone a chance. And let me tell you something about that partner, Dr. Oliver. Man, that man, the honeybees is his. Baby, I'm with you. Not only that, just don't leave. Be like Dr. Terry at Carr. Be gracious enough in your knowing you can retire to mentor the next person. It's like pastoring. Why is Reginald Sharp so wonderful over there at the ship?
He do it.
Because Clay Evans did not just throw his church to the wolves. He stayed. He waited for them to get Charles Jenkins. Charles Jenkins knew he wanted to be a recording artist. Let me wait and let them get used to Reginald Sharp. That's what Dr. Oliver should be doing because it is going to be traumatic for even the alumni. So make it smooth.
Because right now it feels
smooth.
like literally you on Facebook, it looked like they were putting up portraits as if
he left here.
He left the world. And it's like everybody's grieving like the loss of his life, not him shifting to another stage in life. And so it's gonna be amazing. He's quiet. He's grieving.
It's okay.
No, I think that subject, we try to make it seem one size fits all.
Okay.
If Dr. Oliver is ready to leave now, by all means leave now. But at another school, if I'm 62 years old and I feel like I can do it at a high level, I don't care if it's a young person behind me waiting. It's other schools available.
But okay, so let me ask you this. But that is a very valid point. But you said something. If you are still performing to the level. So then I'm going to step out of this conversation because clearly it's something that's in the middle. Because does he want to retire or is he?
Yeah, I think he wants to retire. But Lee and I always had this conversation. Like he thinks LeBron should get the hell out of the way. And I don't like that.
No.
So he thinks anybody that's 40 should just give up everything you have and let young people take it over.
No. This is my only thing. This is my only thing, especially in the religious space. Now, this is one thing I done watched. My dad's generation was held back. The generation after my dad was held back. Now, many will try to suppress us. They still call me young. I'm 37. I ain't young for real.
You are young.
I'm in my prime.
So.
But this the thing. Well, I might not have reached the totality of my prime. But I'll say this. When it comes to relating to the generation we need to relate to, I'm older than them.
Well, see, what I tell Lee a lot of times is young people, it's hard when you're in a situation.
Specify ages
and
too.
Let's not say young people.
Go ahead.
Timing is everything, and a lot of times the person that is experiencing the delay, which they think is the delay, you're really not ready for. Like a lot of things that I get right now, a lot of the things and opportunities that I get right now, I tried this years ago. Like podcasting, I had a webcast culture shock.
Yep.
Damn near 15 years ago.
What is a webcast?
That's what I'm saying. Podcast. But what I'm telling you now,
that's how you do it.
Look in the space that we're in now. Like, I probably couldn't have handled it back then. But everything happens in its timing. A lot of things in
or
business,
the people around you wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Maybe.
Back to your original point.
Exactly.
But so what I'm saying is this, not to just be a number one. The gatekeeper normally ain't at the top spot. It's the spots that'll even prepare you for whatever is to come. I've seen a lot of great talent, great ideas, great potential get buried in the grave because nobody You know, they didn't want it to be heard. It was suppressed. Or they took your ideas, did their own thing with what you gave, got the credit, and left you sitting by the wayside.
But that has nothing to do with age.
Sparkle just said something. I guess she's
What's
talking
Sparkle
about
say?
those ministers. She says, weren't those ministers young when they came in?
Absolutely. And
Wow.
that's why I make the statement as well.
Wow.
Because somebody gave it to you that way. And then when you start talking about, like, man, doc, a lot of them was in their 20s, 30s, and then they're 80 and holding on, 70. Not even, and it ain't the fact that they're holding on, but it's not even, let me bring you close so I can minister to you and get you.
No king wants to lose his kingdom, and that's the problem with
Right,
the church.
and then a lot of times when that's exactly
That's
it.
the problem with
A
the
lot of those kings, and especially a lot of people are eating off of these kings. Like, who's the Eddie sang with the OJs?
Eddie Levert.
Levert.
Big dog.
Like, people was like, man, why is this dude still singing?
Yeah,
you want
big
to know why? It's the drama back there probably depending on Eddie to hobble out there when they came. There's a lot of people off stage, people depending on you being there because you the king. The day you leave, all of that's changing. Management get new people, and now these people who've been eating for the past 20, 30 years, they can't eat no more.
Well, so what scares me, and I brought up church because that's the one thing I've always had a scope of.
Okay.
What scares me is what always happens is that we get set further back because most of the inner workings of whatever that organization is, it cannot function without the person who's been holding it down and not letting you get close to it.
But that's because faith, because that's the kingdom. That's when you start talking about, now church to me, that's a whole nother subject.
For certain.
Because you're dealing with a different entity that does not belong to the pastor.
For certain.
And so, like, I'll never forget, I was emceeing Rodney one of his early anniversaries, and I said, y'all don't need to get used to him because he's not gonna be here
Right.
forever. And it
that-
was kind of
You said that at his installation.
I did.
slow down.
But look at where we are.
Because I was there. I came to support that. I said, that was his first anniversary, I think.
That
it
was his first anniversary.
I was there. I remember that.
But look at where he is.
Yeah,
He's going to have to make that decision eventually. And I'm not going to talk about that because that's not for this. But the problem with the church, a lot of those preachers that have to be rolled out the pulpit because they literally dying in the pulpit, that's not ministry.
So how does
because
it-
you're not ministering.
How does it work in the context of business, right? Because we're talking Dr. Oliver, and we're talking.
Go if you are retiring because you want to, then we have no conversation. But if he's being forced into retirement, the same thing that you said about the young folk, go find another school.
Right.
Your legacy gonna go, or rebrand yourself, redo yourself. Like how many platforms have I been on? I'm never going to allow someone or something to tell me I cannot do it, especially if it's a God-given gift or a God-cultivated talent. I'm not going to do it. So are we getting to a place where people are just suckers?
Right.
And they weep.
And
So
then,
let's
and
talk-
then secondly, go build your institution. Like,
So let's segue.
I built
We
mine.
need
But
validation.
I think this works. Let's segue to the conversation of Shaduer Sanders. Because that's where me and you have often found ourselves arguing.
I want to get into this.
TB.
I've wanted to deal with
Be-
that conversation.
yeah,
Let go. I want to hear what y'all got
Because
to say.
we get to a point where I'm saying, okay, Brown's organization, you're going to get a Flacco who is 99 years old, good for 2 games, injured. He is the most, he's the quarterback who turns the ball over the most, and they made him number 1. You brought in this young man from whatever school Dylan was at, put him at number 2 because he was a 5th-round draft pick. You bring Shaduer, who y'all allowed to slide to the end of the draft as if he was nobody, put him in as 3. Then he was 4. Then he was 3. Then he was 4. And now he's out here winning games, doing stuff they said he'd never do. And they asked Stefanski, right? Do you think you made a bad decision benching him for this long? And he said, well, we're not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that. But the boy is out here winning games and building, morale for the team. And my issue always was, it seems like there's always someone. I try to make it generationally versus making it racial. But generationally, it's almost like they're always saying who's not ready for a particular space, and you don't even know what preparations they have put into place before they even arrived on the scene.
Why don't you make it racial?
Well, that particularly is. I try not to make it all racial because I see it happening in our world too. And so I try to speak from a general perspective that there's also a generational issue there as well. But there's a lot of racial tones in that as well.
It is. I think Coach Stefanski knows that.
What do you know?
He knows that if Shaduer becomes the starter and that becomes his team.
He's the starter for the rest of the year.
But he's a starter now. But once they pay him and you're the guy, I feel like the ownership will be behind Shaduer and Stefanski's out the door. I think at first, any team that would draft Shaduer thought that the daddy was coming to be the coach right afterwards.
Uh-oh, we only have a president for 8 years. I'm listening.
You said what?
My sister said we only have a president for 8 years.
Oh, okay. But what I feel like Stefanski knows once Shaduer is in power, his job is in jeopardy.
Well, I think it is now.
Yeah.
I think that if he would have been looking long game, and I am not a, sports, I can't drop numbers, but I like when I get an opportunity to watch something that's interesting. Mm-hmm. And I love the whole Deion Sanders, the entire dynamic of what he did. And I like the way he did it better than LeBron. Mm-hmm. I do. I feel like if LeBron coached his son, we would be having different conversations, but that's neither here nor there. But with that situation, I think that there is so much of a racial undercurrent with it that has to do with the father.
True. Mm-hmm.
And now the man is in a situation where this young man does what all of the sports people saying he's going to do. He's going to have to find another job because instead of, you were losing in the beginning anyway. Mm-hmm. I would have played the devil's advocate and threw him out there off the rip because of who his father is. Because if nothing else, Deion Sanders has raised his son to be a go-getter and make it happen, and you can't blame nobody but yourself. So if by now he was losing as the coach, I'd have been like, I tried.
I tried, right.
But that racial undercurrent, and race is such an embedded construct in our nation that we want to talk about it, but we're afraid to talk about it. But when you talk about conversation, all that was, but back to all the other conversations we're having, look at God. Because at the end of the day, now this man, 9 times out of 10 of what you're saying is true. Yeah. Because when Shaduer does it, the owners are going to do what they always do. That's why it's time for us to pool our money and start having our own teams and everything. Because now the owners are going to do what they're going to pull that baby in and going to ask him now what you need. And it ain't going to be their coach. And it just might now be his dad.
And Shaduer is swag, just so you know.
Yeah, he's swag. He's swag. His daddy ain't, but he's swag.
Why isn't his daddy swag?
Him and Shiloh, they swag.
Why ain't his daddy swag? I ain't going to
get into it. He ain't
that's
swag.
why I didn't go live about that.
He's ACC. He's ACC.
That's that ASU stuff there.
That's right.
Wasn't that terrible?
I
was so disappointed in that.
I was.
On every side. The only thing I was happy that came out of that is our president, Dr. Quentin Ross, immediately being the politician, the statesman, went in to handle it the best way that he knew how. But I felt like that entire...
So it was I got you. I don't want to take away from, talking about ASU's shortcomings, but I would rather talk about the white boy kicker
there
at
was
Tuskegee.
No shortcoming on ASU?
It what? Thank you.
No.
Thank you. See, people like Lee will make it like, Alabama State was all hood and all blah.
No, Alabama State experienced a level of disrespect and hurt that it had never experienced before. And because Eddie Robinson is a graduate and his love for the institution, his emotions went out front because Eddie Robinson know how to handle a situation like that. But that was the SWAC in Eddie Robinson. That was the student in him.
That's right.
That came out to understand. Man, you don't remember when we was playing at Crampton Bowl. You don't remember when we didn't have the Acadome. You don't remember Coach Houston Markham. You don't remember that when being SWAC was nothing to some people. And was so at the end of the day, it's the same way that Cam Newton hit that little bulldog. Man, chill out. You don't know the price that it has taken for us to get to this point. And Deion Sanders, in his arrogance, didn't really understand the fullness of where he was at Alabama State. So on all sides, it was a mess. And it really tied Dr. Ross's hands, because it's like, yes, this may not look right, but once again, it's the layers behind it that that's why I didn't get into the conversation. He not swag, because I also know that the founders of Marion 9 would have said, grace him, go back to the bench and whoop their tail.
That's
Absolutely.
right. The game was over.
To be totally honest, and I keep saying this, I don't know why TB won't, digest this, take this pill and swallow it. I wanted to be at ASU. I went to A&M because my dad went to ASU, and I went to school with my dad. He gonna make me sit in the front seat of the classroom. Now, so I was at the game, and I was a part of all the conversation. All I kept saying was the debacle wasn't good for us. That's all I was saying. Yeah. He was working real hard on the business side. We've been here all this time. Let's not make this delineation and cause it to divide us.
But let me tell you, I'm mad at Deion Sanders.
Go ahead.
Because you got all of that, and you still ain't came back. Okay. That's why, for me, he ain't swag. Because what the swag did for his brand, you should have at least come back by now and done a lot for HBCUs. You should. That's the same way in the Beehive gonna crucify me. Beyonce gave $100,000. I'm not. Baby, she bought her husband a watch that was $3 million. I'm not studying her.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not studying her.
When you quantify from that perspective, then I totally understand.
Yeah, I'm not studying.
I'm with that.
Wow.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately, I just mentioned it because I had to. They are swag, and I'm grateful that he's doing well, and they have those swag stats that will forever stick with them. Folk gonna look back at that. So we had that conversation. You were talking about Diddy. I thought we had another topic, Doc.
He was finna say something.
I wanted to talk about the Tuskegee's kicker.
That was a little.
Did you see that?
But after you sit up and give Katie Britt an honorary doctorate, what do you expect?
Uh-oh.
I'm done
Who?
with it.
Say it again.
Oh.
I put a whole post out about that without talking about Tuskegee, because Tuskegee is and I don't necessarily like this nickname because I don't think Harvard can stand up to Tuskegee. Tuskegee is the epicenter of engineering, agriculture, veterinary science. You can't get greater than that. Why did y'all give Katie Britt an honorary doctorate? Have y'all given Terry Sewell one?
Wow. Now,
No,
I will say
well
this.
no.
I have friends that work at Tuskegee, and Tuskegee has a history of, it's supported by the Republican Party, and all the way back to
Oh Lord.
Booker Washington.
DYS, when you do the history of our institution, how it ended up like that is because Booker T. Washington's wife essentially let go of it because of how our state is. That's why I'm pushing, and I know this is aggressive, I wish more black people would move back to the South and buy land. That's why we keep hitting all these brick walls, because Great Migration hit Alabama worse than any other state. That white boy kicker at Tuskegee felt like my question is, what made him feel? With the history of Tuskegee, I understand linked to the Republican Party, but with the history of Tuskegee, who made that boy feel like?
because he
Like
should have had fear of his teammates,
Yes.
Doc.
bro.
Man, please.
He was out there by himself.
And had no fear.
And were you there? Y'all were there?
I had left by then.
I
It was
wasn't
cold.
there. The video almost looked like he looked to someone
No,
get
in the
approval
crowd.
to do so.
Oh, really?
Now I did see the moment where he was, going back and forth with the crowd, but it was almost as if he had looked around for affirmation to do it.
That when white students come to HBCUs, those are some of the best people you will ever meet. I have a dear white sister that went to Alabama. She is my Sarah. The best people.
Misty.
On Friday in education. And when I turned around and he had to have been either her uncle, grandfather, father, something like that. And he was singing our school song.
I love it.
He was singing it. So this is not that type of referendum, but the referendum is Tuskegee, the president. What culture are you establishing at your school where a woman like Katie Britt, how she is backing Trump's policies, what she stands for in the Senate, and now this child, what he's done, that speaks to the culture. And if you talk to students from Tuskegee, it's just like Alabama State. Largely, the student body is never in alignment sometimes, unless you are at Alabama State, who has great student culture.
Oh, okay.
But
Don't worry, I'm gonna swing on.
shout out to Alabama State
And
Dr.
Alabama
Swoops,
A&M University.
Colonel Gregory Clark.
Yes, sir.
Didn't,
Hey,
didn't Dr.
Fife.
Seuss? Didn't Dr. Seuss come from A&M?
What's happening
who's that?
over here?
Who is she?
Didn't
What
she?
is happening?
No, I
over
just
here?
wanted to ask you a
I don't.
I'm just
can't-
joking, Dr. Seuss. I know who you are.
I want us to mention. I want us to be balanced here.
I want to say that
'Cause we look
A&M
towards the
accepted-
hill.
A&M accepted Elizabeth. I want to say that because I feel like that's going to bring some love into the room. Thank you, A&M.
Yeah.
But so, all right, let me ask you this: as we talk about Tuskegee
Make
and
me shout.
Katie Britt, do we know what Katie Britt has done for Tuskegee University?
What has she done?
I don't know. Like,
I know that Mackenzie Scott gave Alabama State $38 million.
and so if we give her an honorary doctorate,
We would be justified.
right? All right. What if she voted for Trump?
That has nothing to do with her money.
So,
And what
but
she make-
it'll be cool, right?
If Mackenzie, first
And
of all,
I shouldn't be defending Tuskegee, but
no, I'm not. But Tuskegee, the institution, is not Tuskegee, the leadership.
True.
Tuskegee, you can't flex. There's no school to me in the South that can flex with Tuskegee, and I am a proud alum of Alabama State. You cannot flex with Tuskegee. You can't mess with them academically. With it. Even with them bringing this aerosciences, teaching the children now how to be pilots, you can't. I don't think half of the students was looking crazy. What happened in that room with leadership that said, during my presidency, we're going to give her an honorary doctorate? This cannot be a negative reflection on Tuskegee at all. I'm talking about when other people who have racist agendas come to fleece or to play with our institutions or who we are. That made Katie Britt look good. Tuskegee took a L. That makes her look good. She will be able to take her silly self to the Senate and say, I have an honorary doctorate from the institution that Booker T. Washington founded that produces most of the great engineers in our nation, the veterinary sciences, that has agricultural stuff that the world has not been able to duplicate. They did her a favor. So my thing is, financially, what is the bottom line? And I think that's what you're asking. What did she get? Because she gave something.
Yeah.
She promised them something. We just don't know it
And
yet.
those aren't free. And I just assume if she, and I'll say this, I've encountered Katie Britt, like I think I took Valiant Cross to perform somewhere for the delegation, and she's just a nice lady. She came up so sweet and hugged the boys, hugged me. Next thing you know, we were taking a picture.
Isn't she sweet?
Very nice.
I loved her
But-
thing in her kitchen when she was talking about Donald Trump and Joe Biden and the role of women. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. I have my Jasmine Crockett wig on today.
Look, so speaking of politics, Michelle, you are such a powerful force here in our community, and you're so knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I have great people.
Yes.
You got your running shoes on?
Right. Have you ever considered running for office?
Yes.
Okay.
That was a clean cut
It's-
answer, Doc.
Yes.
Is
I
it
have.
is it still a thought, or is it?
I think about it all the time. I've thought about everything from school board, never want to do city council because I don't think our city council, with that matter, most cities have really the reach to do what people expect for them to do. So I wouldn't want the headache.
Okay.
I've even considered running for mayor.
So you don't want to deal with those expectations that
No, I don't want to deal with the fact that I give a great speech. I am a great motivator, but I know who I am. And when the rubber meets the road, could I do what Stephen Reed does?
Gotcha.
Could I handle somebody making a decision to get on their live?
Yeah. Right.
And you don't want to talk about what I'm doing as mayor. You want to talk about my family.
Right.
You want to talk about my sexuality. No, baby, I'm not made up, and I've had it done to me.
Yeah.
And because of my very beautiful circle, because I was gonna get myself, and I was gonna get with Elizabeth Daddy, and I was just saying, I want to go and meet her. Right. But at the end of the day, that's her right as a citizen, because we have free speech.
Right.
So when I look at the individuals that do it, and I look at those individuals that are in leadership positions, I have a lot of respect for leadership. So on my platform, I never go there. But I'm also not willing for you to go there with me. I'm not willing. And if I want to have a cocktail at a certain time,
That's right.
with
You
a
want
certain
that.
person,
That's
I don't do it. If I want to go to the cigar bar, my sister is on here right now, pleading the blood, praying and everything, want to pray all sorts of stuff off of me, because the average person does not know me. You know me.
Right.
I'm not going to stop doing what I enjoy to soothe what your idea of a leader is.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So no, yes, I think I would be a great mayor. I would have you guys every day in my office. Let's see what I do. I'm going to put people in positions that you're going to be mad about. That whole thing with Donald Watkins, I want to tell the city of Montgomery, are y'all crazy?
What were your thoughts on it?
Are you sick in the mind? Do you know who this man is?
Right.
Our city is not doing that well because we needed someone like him. We need a better city manager. We need people with vision. We need people with sight. Y'all want to bring up stuff that happened 100 years ago. You don't even know all the ins and outs of it.
Wow.
And then you keep beating up on the mayor. Now let me say this. I am not a cheerleader for Stephen Reed. I'm never going to sit in that position. But as a citizen, I can honestly say he does not get a fair shake. There are some things that he does where I'm like, why would you do that? But that's also why I won't run.
Right,
because he's got to be able to go into any room. Hey, good afternoon.
Absolutely.
How you do? I'm not doing that.
It
He has
ain't in
to.
you.
Katie Britt has to be able to come in his office and have a conversation. Ms. Britt wants to meet with you. No, thank you. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So understanding the je ne sais quoi of what a leader is and what a leader isn't is part of the problem. Why we have all these people running for offices, it makes our flesh feel good. But man, we playing Russian roulette with our children's futures. You split in Chicago. That's one thing Chicagoans don't play. Don't bring your silly self up in here splitting the vote. Don't split the vote.
We need some of that energy
They don't
around
play
here.
that.
Now let me
split that
segue.
vote.
Now we're not going to vote on this. This is not something I believe that we might know all the ins and outs of, rather, but we know that Jasmine Crockett running for a new space, and her pastor, Dr. Freddie Haynes, is. And I hear you on that. I'm gonna let you go on that and speak more about it. But I actually saw comments of people saying in there that religious leaders should not run for certain types of positions because it meant their church, and it leaves their church in the bind where they got to hear the assistant pastor and don't nobody want to hear the associate ministers. Talk to me about what your mind space is about religious leaders being in those spaces, as well as what you just commented on.
I absolutely love it. So, as many people know, I showed on my social media platform, anytime I celebrate my parents' birthdays or their dates of their deaths, I always go through my family's old stuff. So I just got a plaque out that my Uncle Connie got where Jesse Jackson was there. Jesse Jackson was a good friend of Connie Mack Higgins. And if Jesse Jackson Jr. is there, if he's there, it's some stories that my mother told me, my uncle told me about Jesse. In 84 and 88, my uncle was one of his largest contributors, and my uncle was president of the Black Republican Party. My uncle was appointed by Richard Nixon to be over the African American division of the SBA. He had the Omega Group, which was one of the architects of Chocolate City. So I grew up around it. So that is a lie. The problem with religious leaders is once you push into that, you need to, what we talked about earlier, make sure that your church is set, because you can't do both. You can't do both. You don't need to do both. For the spiritual bodies and minds of your people, and for the people that have elected you, now you got to make a decision.
Gotcha.
So with Jasmine Crockett, this is what I just said to someone, and that's going to help you segue. I love her. I do. I love Jasmine Crockett. I pray that she has the money because we don't like to give to political campaigns.
True.
We will give in the beginning. We don't have a lot of longevity when it comes to it. I'm hoping that the two of them have come together with their constituencies, so this is by design, and that Haynes will make sure that he's putting someone in place.
Absolutely.
For his church. I think Jesse Jackson, people ask all the time, and I'm going to get beat up for this, I would have taken Jesse Jackson over Barack Obama any day. I would have, because of what he stood for and what he would have done for our people. Now, why do people say how? But because Barack Obama, he was perfect. He did not. First of all, he could not, because we don't support after we elect.
Absolutely.
Right.
So we wanted Barack Obama. He didn't do nothing for black people. Did you even vote for him?
Just turn around with our hands out.
Right.
Are you going to show up?
Yeah.
When the rubber meets the road, that's the one thing that I learned from when I was working with the campaign. And he would always say, I'd rather, if I bring something before the city council, if 100 of y'all show up, I can make something shake. If I bring something, nobody shows up, I'm a dead fish in the water.
Right.
And so we all have to get back to that point, where we are engaged and we are researching. Because also, what I would ask Jasmine Crockett is, what are you going to do in the Senate? Because does the average person know why? Why is she moving from the House to the Senate? Why she want to do that? It's the power. I got to make sure you're not going to drink the Kool-Aid. Because we got some folk out of Alabama done drunk the Kool-Aid. Go look at their voting record. Look at what they stand for. Look at what they're vocal about. People talk a big game when they're campaigning, but I love to sit back and watch. That's why when this new campaign season rolls around and folk start talking about they running, I'm going to drag them from sea to shining sea. I'm going to bring up what you voted for, what you didn't vote for, how you acted when you go, oh, yes, I am. Because that's where the people keep getting messed up. You keep getting messed up. Y'all selling a lie. You get in the office, you don't do. That's why I campaigned for Mitchell. I will still to this day say that if Reed moves, we should be mentoring the next one.
Absolutely.
So are you saying Day should run for mayor if Steve moves on? Is that what you're saying?
If he would want to, I think he could. I think that he could. I think his voting record is great. I think his outreach is great. I think he has been consistent with what he said he's going to do. But I also think that he's a city councilman. Right. And so some of the things that we have gotten used to city council folk doing, this no disrespect to them, we love for them to give out a turkey and a ham. We love for them to give out money.
Yeah.
Right.
We love for that. But if you really go and you look at some of the city council meetings, and I have people that watch them faithfully or go, I mean, hey, he's a Montgomeryan and he loves Montgomery. And like even the truancy, I respect Marche, but I was like, that wasn't nothing. Rondé was doing that years ago with the truancy, trying to get that done. So wonderful. You crafted it, but that wasn't an original thought. Dealing with the streets and the cleaning up of community. These are a lot of the newer city council members. I tell people, you can take the recipe. You can go on and make your own version of it, but we were about that. Like, I don't work for him anymore. There's no need for me to work for him anymore. But at the end of the day, what you want, what does a mayor do? Let's start there. Number one, I think he could get a hold of crime. I think he has a lot of the answers. Well, why isn't he giving to Steven? Well, Reed has his own group. That's like you doing a show, I got a show. Why you gonna sit up and show me everything, and then I'm gonna get the giggles and the waves, especially if you have a desire for upward mobility. Now, I'm not saying that's him, but I think that being an educator, he got some answers that I don't know if Reed has asked him for. You know what I'm saying? Because when I look at the crime in the city, and I have met with the mayor, I've told you, like, I know I'm just a lowly teacher, I'm nobody, but there's a pathway forward for you. And what we've done now is, when you start to make it a police state, that's not solving anything. You're just helping fill up the jails. But you're not solving anything. And until the mayor and the superintendent come together, And I know how he feels, but that Bird, if you are embedded in MPS, Bird is making some stuff shake.
I like Bird.
He is a man of his word. He is not responsible for your homeboy losing his job. He resigned.
Wow.
Because he got in his feelings with Lisa Keith. But I'm not going to here to talk about that.
Oh.
I'm not here to talk about that. You need a new school board. You do. Now, that's something I would consider.
They've been moving around. They've been moving pieces, haven't
Oh, Pam Portis is now the president. But at the end of the day, does she have the support from the board members?
Right.
Fully.
Is Lisa Keith still on the board?
Yes, God.
They can't get her off.
Next
Well,
year.
nobody wants to. Well, let me say this. You know, I campaigned for Marcus Vandiver.
He would have been great.
And because of some things I'm not going to go into that happened during his campaign, everybody wanted Van. But when you look at those, that's nothing I learned from campaigning. Did you look at those outcome numbers? That's the Dale rate of all of that, man. Y'all don't come out and vote.
Yep. Right.
When you start talking about 1,000 people,
Yep.
2,000, 3,000, what is happening?
Yep.
Right.
And then there's a lot of people who vote and kids aren't even affected by it because they're in private school.
Right.
Or they renting houses over there and they don't even live over there.
Yeah.
And the person renting the house is not voting.
Right.
Marcus Vandiver is needed on the school board. His academic mind, his mind with data, and his history and education.
Heart for the people too.
I will still holler for that seat. I
What
want Marcus
district was it?
Vandiver.
I
Keith is
Two.
Dale Rader.
don't know if that was
Rader?
two. But I don't even know if Marcus has the heart for it anymore.
Well, I think because that was his second time running. The first time he learned, the second time life hit.
Right.
And so I don't think that he should consider the last time. And I'm going to tell you something else. Who's going to put some money behind him? Because I'm going to tell you right now, to run an effective campaign against Lisa Keith, at a minimum, he's going to need $30,000 at a minimum.
That's it?
Yeah. Because of this. Platforms. And I was just saying it. We're not using our platforms. I went to the Pilgrim Rest, had a beautiful, I was telling you about it, their prison ministry, Pastor Walter Ellis, and they did a viewing of the Alabama Solution. Have y'all checked that out? I think I told y'all.
You
Y'all
told
gotta
me
check
about
that
the
out.
documentary.
Okay, so at the end of the day, they were talking about people for office, and that's where they said, "Oh, you need to run for mayor." I'm like, "You got $250,000 for me to run for mayor?" That's just to start with. Now, school board, understand what you're saying? That's 30 at a minimum. Okay. Now, city council, that number has probably jumped, and people say, "Oh, you gonna run for this? You gonna run for that? You gonna put that money up? Are y'all going to support?" People laughing at Will Boyd, governor.
Yeah.
Why are we laughing at him? Why is no one listening to this? Oh, he's ran 1,000,000 times. And why aren't we actively pushing? Why we gotta wait to the 11th hour? The campaign season is right now. That Will Boyd, he asked for, I think he calls them Star Program has $5 Fridays. I think Will Boyd is asking everyone $25 just to keep. He utilizes social media, and he out there with them, and they loving him. But we're not watching his page. We're not vetting him. We looking for the one that's going to jump on. So the minute Doug Jones say, "Oh, I'm going to run," oh, yeah, because that's easy. We lazy. That's what we know.
Man, that is a perspective.
Man,
there.
we lazy. Y'all ain't even went on and heard what the man is talking about with prison reform, what he's talking about with education. And Kay Ivey, the number for her prison, she came out talking about, oh, it's going to be $900 million. Man, that prison is $1.6 billion, and she got 2 more. She took all that COVID relief money so that she can, it basically how when you go buy a house, I got some money to put up. She used money that could have been used for education, that could have been put into the education trust, or anywhere it was earmarked, and instead, and here it is. Y'all go watch Alabama Solution. Now, I work at the juvenile facility, and I'm telling you, I tell my babies all the time, why you think she got 4,000? I was told it's 4,000 rooms, 52 buildings. Who she gonna use to fill them up? And we were out here playing patty cake. That's why I told the mayor when he was talking all that stuff about the 20% magnet school and all of that. We had a meeting, and it translated incorrectly because you can't take over MPS no more. MPS has money. They have a surplus. Todd Strange did it because what people don't know, when we messed up during that time, it was a financial mess up. When Porterfield was president of the board. So he could go in with $11 million and say, I'm going to buy the schools because school is in the red. They ain't got no money. Reed can't do that, but what Reed can do, I promise you, as sure as I'm black and alive, them charter schools may not make it. And if they don't make it, then the mayor could start looking at a city school system, because somebody gonna have to absorb those schools, and whether it's MPS gonna have to absorb those babies and the certified teachers, and they may not choose to get those teachers back, but they're gonna have to absorb those kids, because the financial dealings of the nation, are those companies gonna continue to finance those charter schools? Are they gonna keep getting their money? And even though they do, and what's messed up about Alabama, how they get money off of our schools. Get 70% for the body, we get 3%. And that's the only reason why that Ann Moore, who was the former super, that's why she signed off on it. I was done with her then. Montgomery too small. You got magnet schools, you got private schools, and now you got charter schools. Wow. Man, you're gutting our schools. We don't need all of that. And so here we are. So if Job Corps, say if Trump go through with that, that's what Reed could do. Because Reed needs a trade, He needs a trade program for the city. Why? Because you got all this industry coming in. Yeah. And back in the day, I can't teach you how to work the machine and read the manual.
Right.
So why don't you try it like that? Because Jen Wright asked him, he asked Jerry Morris, he said, well, how much is the budget for Job Corps? He said $11 million. And Jen Wright looked like, oh, we could do that. Oh, now you got your trade hub. So now you got pathways to success. Brother, let's help you get your license together. Let's help you with some job training. Let's offer, because Job Corps is already set up to do that. So the mayor could get what he wants, but he's got to have the strategist around him to help get there. I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Hold on, now
you're brilliant. You know what I mean?
No, I was around. Let me tell you who's brilliant. Marcel Menifee. He's brilliant. I have been around a lot of brilliant people.
But let me tell you, you're a master communicator. Like, you make me want to study everything you said. Like,
and you are a master entertainer. You make me want to study business.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But look, I've enjoyed this time with Michelle Summers. Y'all we've been on an hour and a half. Y'all make some noise for Miss Michelle Summers. Clap
it's been that long for real?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had so much fun. I appreciate it.
And look, I've been looking at these comments and the numbers, like, man, numbers are crazy.
I enjoyed this.
Wow. Well, you know, see,
we gotta
to my baby brother, was I?
You was Gucci. Okay. You was good.
Your
now,
nephew.
Because people think
No, we normally play games on here, but it got deep.
Why we can't play a game?
No, ain't no games with you.
I want to play a game.
No, man.
I love games.
I want the power. I want that power.
But sometimes I like to play games. See, people get you in such a box, and I'm like, I love to. I love to play a game.
I know it.
And climb.
But you're so powerful. You are so powerful. And I needed to have that power. I love you.
Can I come back and play a game?
You can come back anytime you want to come back. Okay. Real talk.
Okay, let me know.
Can we have Michelle on the regular? Like, do some editorial work?
Man, I think it would.
Huh?
I think it would be dope.
Let's do it.
I love it.
Y'all share this. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you, Denise Ringo, over there running the set. She just graduated last week.
No!
She was an intern here, but now she grown. Oh, she was magna cum laude.
Hey!
Look, baby, stay humble, baby.
I was thank you, Lordy. Barely made it out.
We'll see y'all next time.
Bye-bye. Thank y'all.
I was barely lauded.
And we off?
Oh.